Hey, you're listening to From the Garden to the Track. Just a reminder to share, like, follow, comment, all that good stuff. Dylan?
Tell us what you like about it, what you don't like about the podcast. Give us some suggestions. We want to hear different ideas for people to have on here. Tell your friends. All that good stuff.
We are also now on Spotify.
Yep.
We're still working on YouTube.
Yeah, we've been having some trouble with YouTube. Also, we've got some stickers made with our logo and a QR code. That way, if you forget how to listen to us, you can scan the QR code. And those will be on my website probably tomorrow or the next day on www.ddfabandwelding.com.
The QR code goes only to Podbean, though.
Yes.
We don't have one for Spotify yet. Because we made those before we got on Spotify. Dylan, how'd this weekend go?
Well, over the weekend we had a couple pulls. We pulled at our local club, the 618 Mini Pullers.
I didn't make it to that one.
Yep, Sam didn't make it to that one. She was working?
No, I was at a birthday party for a family member.
Yep. So I went down to Owen, and our nephew, Huey, pulled. He pulled his 10-horse, he pulled Aunt Yam's tractor again.
And apparently it was trying to steal it.
Yes. Yeah, when we were sitting, getting ready to go on the track, he looked at me, and he's like, I sure love Aunt Yam's tractor. So, is that right, buddy? He goes, yeah, mine now. I'm like, really, little buddy? He said, yeah, I think I'll have this one now. I'm like, well, I don't think Aunt Yam's going to like, giving up her tractor. And he goes, well, she can have mine. Well, okay then.
I asked him about it Sunday, and he just smiled, and I was like, buddy, I'll share it with you, but...
Yeah. So, he didn't have the best pull on his 10-horse. Just powered out. That motor we've had on it for him has been a little weak. But we got him on Aunt Yam's tractor, and my grandparents had come down to watch him. And anyway, before we went out on the track, I've been kind of letting him make some decisions on his own. And I said, well, little buddy, you want to go far, or you want to do wheelies? And he goes, Uncle Dylan, I want to do wheelies for Mama and Pawpaw. So, I left his weight box in on it, and we got out there probably about 50 foot, the front end raised, and started dancing around. And he looked at us all, big old smile and big eyes, looked at me and his dad, and he's just riding a big old wheelie and all over the track. I mean, it was just a awful pull. It really was. Just an awful one. But we were giggling so much at him. He was laughing, and we got off the track and everything, and he goes, I did big wheelies for Mama and Pawpaw, didn't I? I said, yeah, buddy, you sure did. And but he learned a good lesson. Like we said, he's only 4, but the kid knows his stuff. He asked his dad, Alex, he's like, Dad, did I get a trophy? And Alex is like, no, buddy, you wanted to go out and do wheelies and, didn't really want to, try to go far. Kind of looked at him, and, well, I want to win tomorrow, because we were going to the SEMO District Fair, pulling with Egypt Mills on Sunday. But anyway, he's like, well, Dad, I want to get a trophy tomorrow. So, Uncle Dylan, being the sucker he is, we brought his tractor home, and me and Aunt Sam put a new motor on it that I've been working on for him. And it did very well over at Egypt Mills. We didn't win anything over there, but that motor definitely performed a lot better than the one that he's had. So we had a large time with Huey.
To clarify, when he says Aunt Sam helped, I sat in the recliner in the garage and talked to him as he put it into the tractor.
And that's perfect. So anyway, for Owen, I ended up pulling the Alice in the 16-horse class, and I think I finished middle of the pack. It wasn't anything special. I had it break the last couple times I've been out, and really I was just happy to go down the track and not have any breakage. I was way off on my weights. I wheelied really hard, unloaded the rear tires. I was just off on that. Anyway, we came home, worked on Huey's tractor Saturday night, and then went over to Cape Girardeau, Missouri Sunday, pulled with Egypt Mills at their fair, and it was a chaotic day. They pull antiques over there during the fair too, and they're running 2 tracks. And it's kind of chaos for a while, but once we get settled down, it's a really fun time. It's probably one of my favorite pulls to go to each year, because I like watching the antiques as well.
And the weather's always perfect.
Yes, it was a beautiful day. A lot of sun, but beautiful day.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, we didn't come home with any winnings. My dad did. So to start the day off, I forgot about Owen. We got a new kid interested. Alex's nephew, Gavin, came and he pulled with us, and he pulled my Crud Cadet 12-horse tractor, and he was immediately hooked. He did really good. I don't think he didn't place, but he had a good pull. So he asked if he could come with us Sunday, and of course we let him, and I let him run Crud Cadet over there also. Had to put a new battery in it that morning. While we were doing that, I was gassing up tractors, and I kind of cheated the poor kid. I gassed up all the other tractors, and he was working on putting the battery in with my dad, and I forgot to check it for fuel. So we got out there, and he made his pass and was doing really good. Got up on a wheelie. Tractor started sputtering, running like crap. And come find out, I forgot to put gas in his too. So it was just starved for fuel, and I was very, very upset. But he had a really good time. I think the kid's hooked. I do think we've located a tractor from one of my buddies for him. And I'm really excited to be getting another kid interested in it.
And Dylan felt so guilty he let the boy run his 16-horse Alice.
Yes. And he ended up winning the 16-horse class on it, so he definitely is hooked now. No pun intended. Or intended, however you want to take it. I don't really care. So Huey pulled his 10-horse with his new motor, and it's pretty stout. He did really good. Did big old wheelie. I think we lined some stuff out with that. He's gonna have a good little tractor. So anyway, them 2 boys pulled, and then Sam pulled, and
Huey pulled my tractor too.
Oh yeah. So they were pulling the 950 single cylinder class, and Huey pulled Sam's tractor too, and there just wasn't no grip on that track. It was a hard, dry track, and he didn't really do all that great on it, but
he had fun though.
Oh, he had a blast. And then Sam got to pull.
Finally. Very long day.
Yeah. It
did not go well.
Yeah, kind of the same story. Not a lot of grip out there. She just spun out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess moral of the story here is we still had a really good day. We didn't really do worth a hoot, but we had a really good day sitting in our lawn chairs, hanging out with our people, visiting, watching some tractor pulling. It definitely wasn't a bad day by any means. Nothing got tore up, and we just had a good day with everybody.
A little sunburnt.
Yeah, I got very sunburnt. My dad did have a good day on his twin, though. He pulled the 950 twin class, and he got third. I think there were 8 or 10 in that class, and then he pulled the 1050 twin class and got 5th out of 16, I believe. So he had a really good day. Like I said, it was a very hard, dry track, and he was running some Vogel VM11 tires, and I tell you what, I was watching him when he pulled, and he hooked really, really good. So just keep that in mind. I've seen quite a few guys in our area running them VM11s, and them things are pretty sweet. Then Gavin was able to pull my tractor and ended up winning, so it wasn't a bad day at all. Sam, what you been up to lately? Just at work and stuff? Anything special?
Oh, it's budget time. So very fun stuff happening at the library for me.
No boy.
Another important thing. We ended the night with Texas Roadhouse.
That's right, we did. We did. Very good Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah. I'm sad I missed the Olin poll, but I was having a good time, so, like, it's okay. I had fun at the birthday party. But, yeah.
I've just kind of been busy in the shop lately. I've had a lot of repair work, mostly farm equipment lately, just breaking stuff, different things I'm trying to get finished up.
You're not breaking stuff.
No, I'm not breaking stuff. I'm fixing everybody else's brakes. So I've been kind of falling a little behind on tractor parts, but the order's still been coming in, and I've still got stuff on the shelves. Still got some new stuff I'm trying to work on, but just getting the time to do it all. Hopefully we'll have some new stuff out soon. I forgot to mention over at the Cape Pool, the antique tractor we've been working on, the Farmall M that the Schultz's own, they pulled it, and it did pretty good. It went down the track, nothing broke, hooked up good, it looked really good. You could see Travis's smile from across the track, so that made me really happy. And I think they got a couple little bugs to work out of it, but that's part of it.
Yeah, I figured out that I think I want to try antique pulling. I just got to find a tractor.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty excited about that too, because I like tractors. As I've said before, I really like tractors. And if she's giving me a reason to mess with another one, that makes me happy. We've also kicked around doing the Sealed Predator class in her possum tractor. So we're trying to decide what direction we want to go. I think we're going to...
We can't do both now. We really got to pick one or the other.
Yeah. But anyway, we were going to have a very special guest on here tonight, but he wasn't feeling up to it tonight. So we're going to check back in with him at another time, and we're going to have some of our good friends that are here local on with us, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've got some real good guests lined up. Just stay tuned. We're going to keep recording them. If you need tractor parts, be sure to check me out. Definitely keep commenting on these podcasts. I want to hear what everyone has to say. Just different ideas. I want to hear about, how you guys do things in your clubs, and just different topics you might want us to touch on. I've got some older guys we're going to talk to, and those should be really fun just to hear how things have changed over the years.
If you need any book recommendations, let me know.
Yes, Sam reads a lot. Not just owner's manuals and stuff. She actually reads books like novels and such. Tonight's guest is Terry and Maci Douglas. You guys say hi?
Hello.
Hi.
How are you guys tonight?
Oh, we're doing good.
Good.
So where are you guys from?
Well, we're from Goreville.
Illinois.
Okay. Terry, what do you do for work?
I'm a lieutenant at the prison in Vienna.
Okay, well that's cool. Maci, what do you do for work?
School.
School. All right. How old are you, dear?
7.
You're 7. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A dentist.
A dentist.
Okay.
Yeah. What makes you want to do that?
My mom said it makes you have a lot of money.
Well, good. Yeah.
There you go.
That's good. All right.
Maci, how do you describe Dylan at the tractor pulls?
The man that always wears the duck shirt.
Oh, that's funny. All right. So we've got a couple, we'll just call them icebreaker questions. Just try to get you guys kind of loosened up a little bit because we're kind of shy with this too still. So,
Right.
Maci, do you know Corey that's at our tractor pulls?
Yeah.
Okay. Who would win in an arm wrestling match? Corey or your daddy?
My dad.
Okay.
Do you like, Maci, do you like pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Yep,
All
that is
right.
correct.
This is for either one of yous or both of yous. We'll start with Maci. What superpower would you have if you could have one?
Probably flying.
Flying. Why is that?
'Cause I can just fly to my friend's house.
That'd be
Okay.
nice.
It's interesting that they asked that because they had that on one of her homework sheets and she wanted to be invisible.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times I'd like to be invisible, so I get that.
She wanted to be invisible so she could sleep in our bed every night. That was her. That was last year.
All right. What about you, Terry? What would your superpower be?
Oh man. I'd say probably not having to go to sleep. I could get a lot done if I didn't have to go to sleep.
Definitely.
There's some stuff for that. I don't recommend you doing it though.
Yeah.
Maci, do you have a dream car? Like what kind of car would you want to drive when you grow up?
An Explorer.
An Explorer, okay.
What color?
Probably black.
Nice.
Sensible.
Mm-hmm.
Terry, what about you? What's your dream car?
Oh man. I tell you, I'd probably like to have probably a 97 Ford F-350 4-door long bed 4-wheel drive.
7.3?
That's what I want. Oh, of course, yeah. Manual.
That's
course.
right.
All right. A man after Dylan's heart, I assume. Maci, who would you want to run your tractor at a tractor pull if you couldn't?
Who'd I want somebody to drive my tractor?
Yeah, if you couldn't drive your tractor, who would you want to drive your tractor?
Probably my friend named Collins.
Do you think she'd win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Terry? Who would you pick to run your tractor if you weren't able to?
Oh, run mine?
Yeah.
I'd probably have Dustin run it.
Okay.
I've tried to get my wife to run. I tried to get my wife to run it, but I've given up hope on that. But I'd probably have Dustin run it. I'd try to convert him over from them Sears.
That's right. I think I'm going to reach out to him and see if he'd like to be on here because he's the only one around here goofy enough to run a Sears.
Is that who we were?
Yeah,
Yes. Yep.
He makes it happen though. I don't know what he's doing.
He doesn't
He's
do
got-
bad.
No, he's got some tricks up his sleeve. He ain't sharing with me.
I'll tell you what, as far as getting your wife on it, that's one of the things I got to say that I really like is, me and Sam going to pulls together. It's a lot of fun, her being involved with it.
She goes. She goes. She's there. I got her canopy set up for her, but I'd like to get her interested in it. That way, I got an excuse to build another tractor.
That's right. I understand that.
Maybe you should try something else. Maybe she wants a mini rod or something.
Hey, I'd be down for that too.
All right. So we'll just get in some other questions here. Those are the last of our silly questions. Terry, how did you get into pulling?
So I got into pulling. I was probably about 9 or 10 years old, actually. I'm 36 now. So, but the first time I had ever pulled, it was actually me and Dustin. He was talking about it. He was going to go pulling at the Pulaski Fair, and he was telling me all about it. And I went over to his house, and I seen, he had his Sears out there, and they were talking about it. So I got home and I told my dad, I was like, I'd really like to do this, And of course we had an old Lowe's lawnmower. Of course that thing wasn't going to do worth a count for pulling. But my uncle who lived next door, he had an old Husky lawnmower, and we talked to him and we sweet talked him, and he let us fix it up with some weight brackets, and we talked to Terry Curry, and we got some back tires for it, some ag tires, and got some weights on the back of it, and that's how it started. And it was downhill since. We ended up with, at one point we had 5 that we would haul. We'd haul 4 on the trailer and 1 in the back of the truck.
So were they all kind of oddballs too, or were they Cubs, or?
No, they were all Cubs except for the one, and it was a Power King. It was an opposed twin, and it was a mix of 10s, 12s, and 16s. And then we slowly got down to where we just had the Power King, and we had mine, which was an open 16. And then we had my brother's that he pulled that was it was a stock 12, which is what I started Maci out on when we started. They had sat in the barn for 20 plus years at my dad's, and I told him over the years, I'm like, Dad, won't you sell those things? He was like, nope. He said, I got too much in them to ever get out of them, and sentimental value, I'm keeping them. Well, I'm glad he did, because I went down to Arkansas, got them out, and worked on them over the winter, and put Maci on my brother's old tractor. Maci pulled it all last year, and she got into it. So I'm like, all right.
Was that the smoking tractor you guys ran?
Yep, that's the smoking tractor.
And then the Power King you keep talking about, is that green mess that you guys bring?
That's the big green one, which yesterday we just picked up a new motor for it. So it's going to be getting a new Predator 670 put on it.
Awesome. So does that Power King have a different rear end, or is it still running the stock rear end?
It's still running the stock rear end. We're going to see how well it holds up. I mean, it's got huge 1.5-inch axles in it. The only thing that concerns me is it's a 2-piece case, so I'm worried that it's going to get in there and twist itself apart. But it hasn't yet. But I've never run Pro Cuts on it either. So
yeah, I think I said Predator rear end, but I definitely meant Cub.
No, it's an oddball rear end. Like, I don't even know where I'd get parts for it at if it breaks. But
so is it shaft drive?
It is. Yep, it's shaft drive. It does have a Cub clutch in it. It's been transformed over to that, because originally it had just a straight, like, PTO shaft drive type in it.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Are you from Arkansas?
No. I was born and raised in Olmsted.
Oh, okay.
So how would you say pulling's different from when it was when you first started? Like, was there more variety whenever you first started as far as different tractors at the pull, or what's some different?
There's a lot more Sears out there back then. Now it's predominantly Cubs that you see. But as far as class wise, we really didn't have the mini rods running out there. Of course, back then the sled wouldn't have held it. Cause we originally started with the old red Pulaski sled.
Yep.
And then it came about that our current sled ended up getting built. I think Tights ended up building that.
Yes.
And, even back then it wouldn't have held what it's holding now. But in the motorcycle tractors, they were stuff, and we would travel. We'd go Tennessee, Kentucky, different places and pull, and you'd see them there, but locally you didn't see stuff like that.
I got you. what would you say the aftermarket was like as far as parts go? Like, was there a bunch of things you could buy for them back then, or was it?
So I do remember Midwest Super Cub being around back then. Of course, being so young, I couldn't really tell you what all they offered, but I remember Dad always getting stuff from Midwest Super Cub. Vogel was around then. I know Dad had gotten a few things from Vogel. I've actually got some of the old Vogel stickers.
Yeah, I seen them on your fridge the other day. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. But it's a lot of the other stuff, you know, it wasn't off the shelf stuff. You know, guys were actually out there in the shop, you know, building stuff, you know, as far as I know. They were figuring out, what pistons and rods would work here. It wasn't, you know, as easy to do as it is now. It's pretty easy now. You can order everything from a website now and put it together and build it and run it.
So that's something that I've kind of found that's interesting by me building parts is it seems like I've almost got, you know, a couple different varieties of people. It seems like there's some guys that they want to be able to buy it straight from me and bolt it right on the tractor and, you know, don't ever have nothing to do with it. Just bolt it right on. Some guys don't have welders. So there's some things that, you know, I offer that you need to do a little welding on to make it fit your application. Then there's other guys that don't mind a little bit of DIY stuff. I actually been selling some DIY weight brackets and things, and those have really took off because there's still guys that, you know, they may not be able to cut their own stuff, but they definitely want to be the ones to put it together. And I think that's really still kind of something neat that there are guys still building their own parts, but using mine as a base. I like that, and I like that I can offer that to everybody.
Oh, it's a huge help. It's going to be, it makes it a lot less intimidating for somebody coming in new to be able to do that.
Yeah. And then there are people out there that are really slick at building things. They just don't have the fancier machines that I might have. So if I can cut the brackets and things for them and they finish it out, like, I still think that's really cool. They can, you know, fine tune what they need.
Yeah, having the CNC and the benders to be able to get something started is a huge help. You know, as long as you're confident in your welds and you know, me myself, I don't have, like, I'm going to need a grinder and some spray paint to make my weld right.
I have days like that too.
I can dirt dauber it together and knock on wood. I haven't had nothing break yet, but buddy, I spend more time with the grinder than I do with the welder. I can tell you that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. At least you're out doing it.
Yeah.
When did Maci start showing interest in tractor pulling?
Well, so once I got them to the house, actually it was my wife. She was the one who kind of pushed me once it started getting popular around here again. She was like, "You really ought to go get those tractors from your dads. You really ought to get those tractors from your dads." I was like, "Look," I was like, "You don't understand." I'm like, if I go do that, I was like, we're opening up a whole can of worms here. Like, we're fixing to
Weekends are gone.
I'm like, we're fixing to really rack up a bill here. And I went down and got them. And as soon as I got them in the garage, you know, Maci, she was sitting on it and she was trying to figure out if she could touch the pedals or not and stuff
How
like
old
that.
was she?
So she was 6 at the time.
Oh, okay. So only about a year and a half.
Yeah.
So you said your weekend, or Sam said something about your weekends getting full. Maci, there's something else you normally do on the weekends. Can you tell us what that is?
Cheer.
Cheer. So do you do like cheer competitions or just stuff at school, or how does that work?
Competitions.
And where do you go to do those? Do you stay around home or do you travel?
So for competitions, I travel, but for practices, it's in Heron.
In Heron? Is that at Snow Power?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do? Do you do them individually, or are there a bunch of girls that do them together as a group?
There's a bunch of girls that do them together as a group, but like, right, I'm on a Youth 1 team. I think there's a mini team that there can only be, I think, 6 to 9-year-olds, and then this team can be only 6 to 12, I think.
Okay. So where would you say is the coolest place you've done your cheering at?
Competitions?
Yeah. Yeah, where have you been to do these that you think is really cool?
Florida and Nashville.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Do you guys win a lot?
Last year, no.
Did you have fun, though?
Last year I only won grand champion once. This year I think I'm going to win because we have older girls on our team.
Grand champion only once? That sounds pretty impressive to me.
Dad won down there too, didn't he?
My dad won down at Florida. There was a competition where he had to lip sync, and then
So what's that? What's lip? You say lip syncing?
Yeah.
Did he sing a Taylor Swift song?
No.
What did he sing?
I don't know. I had to go to
Is there
warm
a
up.
video, Terry, of this performance?
Oh yeah, there's videos of it.
We'll have to find that.
I'm gonna
the
sell
cover
this.
art for this episode.
I'm gonna sell them videos. I'll sell you the rights to it or something. Maybe that'll help me pay for this next
When we get this up
Florida
on
trip
YouTube,
for
that'll
cheer
be.
competition.
I think there's a website for that, too.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Dad did a competition. Did he do that with you? Did you guys sing together, or was it just him on his own?
It was just him on his own. I had to go to warm-ups, and he went to this big crowd of girls, and then he was reaching out for my dad's hand, and then they came up on the floor, and then somebody gave my dad this little girl named Allie. I knew her. She was on, not on our team, but, she was cheering for us because her sister was on my team. And my dad sang Let It Go with her, and then...
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
I'm going to need to see that video.
So, what... You've got me all tickled.
Yeah, see? In the summertime we pull, in the wintertime we cheer, and we get down at the track and at the cheer. We don't care.
That's right.
I mean, you got
So you think maybe me and Dad needs to have a lip syncing contest or maybe a karaoke contest sometime at the track?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know any good songs. I might have to sing Shania Twain songs.
Maybe Miss Stacy will let her use her
song,
microphone.
What do you think, Maci?
Macy have to pick us one out.
Yeah.
You think maybe we could get Corey and Dad to arm wrestle and maybe me and Dad do a karaoke contest?
Yeah.
I'm up for it. So
yeah, we'll see if we work out.
So, do you like pulling or cheering better? Do you like them both quite a bit?
Probably cheering because it's inside in the air conditioning.
That's fair.
She's got a good point.
This summer was brutal.
That's all the more reason for NQS right there. See?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, we've been vending at some of them indoor pools, and that is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, this one's more for Terry. What is something, well, no, Maci can answer too. What is something you like about pulling with your local club? I know we go to several here, and I mean, it can be about all of them if you want.
Probably in Smithland, probably 618.
You think 6? But what's good about pulling?
Yeah,
close
like
to home?
We're going for tractor pulls.
What?
Well,
Why do
yeah,
you
that's a question I'm going to have too. What's your favorite place to go?
Probably my favorite place to go. Probably Smithland.
You like Smithland?
Yeah.
What about you, Dad?
I don't know. I like Smithland too. The only thing about Smithland is it starts so late, and I get it. It's a lot cooler in the evening, but for us, I mean, I'm getting home at 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Well, so I went down there. I got home at 2:30.
Yeah, and that's the downside to that, because usually she'll pull, relatively quick, usually first, second class, and then twin class is, buried deep down in there. So we're hanging around. She's tired. Wife's tired. They're grumpy. They're in the truck sitting, and I'm out there trying to hurry up and get my hook in so I can get loaded up and get them back to the house.
Right. So, well, what do you like about them? Is it just that it's in the evening you like going to Smithland?
I like the track over there. I like the way it flows. I think it flows really, really well. Another thing I really like is the number cards. I really like that.
I like that too a lot.
If you're sitting in the stack up, you can kind of look and say, all right, I'm number 12. Let me see where number 11's at. That way I know I need to be strapping my helmet on.
I really like that whenever there's people that I don't really know at the pools. If it's somewhere where it's like our group, it don't bother me too much because I can go look at the lineup and know, okay, I'm after, such and such, and I know them. But, whenever I'm out of town, I prefer the numbers. And so what's something you would change then about any of the places you pull?
So it's kind of a double-edged sword, really. I mean, you want as many people involved, and especially kids, man. It's fun to see, especially if kids are doing it, then dad can do it. It makes it easier for that. But so you want as many kids out there as you can. I like that. Most of your kids are in your 12 horse tractors are a dime a dozen. We've got 2 12-horse tractors, I mean, everybody's got them. But the thing is the class. It makes the class last so long. So I'm thinking, to me, if you was able to bust that up, you can do a kids class, a 12-horse class, kids part, 1, and then to where you divide your class in half, basically. You got 20 hooks in that class. You pull 10, and then you get your first, second, third place out of that. And then maybe run some other classes and then pull your next group of 10 and then get your first, second, and third out of that. And then at the very end, if you wanted to make a third to have a pull off between the 2 classes, you could even do that to have an overall of the class, but it would just help break up the monotony of it.
So would you just do like a random chip draw or something for the people that come up, and whoever draws a 1 would go in like, say, heat 1 and then go in like heat 2, and then the top 5 from each have a pull off later in the pull?
You could do that, maybe.
Dude, I think that would be fun. And then give kids the opportunity to have more than 1 hook without piling up a bunch of the other classes.
Yeah, it would. It definitely would. Now, and I'm going to be really honest. So when when they first put out the 618 rules, I was like, man, 2 hooks, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is, I didn't really care for it. It took me about 2 pulls to learn that was one of the best things ever. The 2 hooks.
There's so many people that come. Got to limit it.
You do. You definitely have to limit it.
I really, really like that idea of the 12-horse class. Like that's been kind of a common thing that's popped up lately is how do we kind of break it up, or how do we, fine tune it a little bit. I think that's great because I think we've been averaging over 20 kids.
Oh yeah.
I think we had 27 at the Union County pool. So I agree, man. Like if we broke that up for 3 heats, took the top 3, and then had a pull off at the end between those 9 or whatever, and then that's how you determine your winner. I think that could be really cool.
I think it would help break it up some, and it would keep people entertained because let's be honest, Grandma and Grandpa ain't coming to the track to see me pull, right?
Right.
They're coming to see Maci pull.
Yeah.
And by the time I pull, and I've got like my dad, he lives down in Arkansas, and he comes up quite a bit. He hasn't missed very many pools.
Yeah.
He tries to come up to all of them. But, whenever it's midnight before I'm hooking, or, it's a long day for people like that. You're older people and stuff. And,
I get it.
It kind of breaks it up and lets them see a little bit more of the variety, because then you have some people that don't have a dime in it. They're just there to see what all the commotion is about. And they want to see these hot rods pull. They want to see this guy with the V8 strapped on the front. They want to see him go.
And they don't want to wait through 30 kids to watch that.
Absolutely.
So I guess one of the things that kind of pops in my head, though, when we get to talking about that is, I think it's a good idea, and it sounds fun to me, but, like, I think people
organizing
the track, like, the track was way different earlier in the day versus late in the day. But also, if you're doing a chip draw, everybody's got the same. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, it's no different than whenever you go to these NQS pools or these ITBA pools. They're running heats.
Oh yeah.
That's it's pretty similar, because you're not if you're in heat 1, you're really not competing against heat 2.
No, you're competing against the guys that's true too. You're still competing against who's in your heat.
Yeah. So the track conditions aren't changing.
Right. Yeah. That is a good point. You're still competing within your heat. Yeah. I think that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Let's see. So
Maci, what's your tractor's name?
Sassy Barbie.
How'd you come up with that?
Well, I was just thinking of it one day, and I was just like, I want a new tractor. I want it to be called Sassy Barbie.
okay,
Your tractor is one of my favorite tractors. I love it. And there will be a picture of it for on the cover of this one. But
what's your favorite part about your tractor?
My favorite part about my tractor? Probably the hood.
The hood, where it's got the big Barbie on the hood?
Yeah.
That's pretty slick.
yeah, it looks good.
So what do you think about whenever you do a wheelie? Does it scare you, or you like it?
I like it.
Do you?
Mhm.
Terry, what's your tractor's name?
Mine is now it is Wild Thing 2.0. So mine is the tractor that I pulled whenever I was a kid. Same hood, same frame. Yeah, that is the one. Everything is the same as whenever I was a kid on it, with the exception of course, I've got new back tires on it. And other than that, and the motor now. So when I originally dug these things out and we started pulling at the beginning of last year, I got it and I was trying to get the bugs worked out of it, trying to get it tuned back in. And I ended up revving her a little bit too much without a load on it, and it decided to shoot the rod through the side of the block and all over the place out there. So I ended up parking it for the year. And I thought, I've been watching these V-twins, and I'm like, man, I'd really like to have me a V-twin.
What motor was in it originally? Was that a 16?
Originally, it was a 16 originally, yep.
So what's smoking? The tractor Maci was on last year.
It's a 12.
Okay. And Sassy Barbie's a 12 also?
Yeah.
Well, tell us about that power plant. Is it anything special?
So that motor there, so here's the thing. Here's the way I look at it. I was either going to get online and start cobbing together a bunch of stuff, hoping that it worked, because I'm going to tell you, I'm not no machinist and I'm not no master mechanic. I've got one goal in mind, and that's to build a good, reliable motor. So what I done was I got a hold of Kevin Vogel. I told Kevin, I said, are you interested in building a motor? And he really wasn't. That's not, let's face it, that ain't where he makes his money. He ain't making his money on building 12-horse motors, and I get it.
He likes his super stocks. And I'll tell you what, Kevin, He is a absolutely wonderful guy. Him and Chuck both. I hope that I can get them on here talking soon. I'm going to hit him up soon.
That would be great. And eventually I'll wore him down, and he was like, all right, well, just bring me what you got, and we'll see what we can work with. So I gathered up parts. I got a block. I got a good 12-horse block from a friend of mine, done some horse trading for that. Took it all up there, the guts and all. And I'm like, here you go. And I sent him the rules, and he was like, what do you want? And I said, there's the rules right there. I said, I want a motor that I ain't got to work on every year, and I want one I ain't got to worry about. He goes, there you go. I'll take care of you. And it was a few months went by, and he got a hold of me, and he was like, hey, this block ain't going to work. It ain't no good. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So that set us back a little bit. We found another block, and he built it for me, and got it all tuned in and everything. And by the time he got it done, I had just got her tractor finished up and ready to slap the motor in it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's your best memory with your Wild Thing 2.0 tractor?
Oh, with the 2.0 one, I think probably the first time I hooked it to the sled and went down the track with it, just because, I mean, I was shooting from the hip there. I wasn't sure of what it was going to happen. I just was hoping it just went somewhere, and it done really good. To be honest with you, I mean, whenever I got that motor that's on that tractor, it had been sitting outside. Guy said, I don't know what's wrong with it. It just quit running. The cylinders were full of water. I had to beat the pistons out of it with a hammer. I'm like, oh my goodness. And ended up being the plastic oil, sprocket had broke. And fortunately, whenever those break, the way they're set up, it just pretty well shut the whole motor down. So it didn't run empty. And if it did, it didn't run empty too long. So I was still sitting there like, well, I'm not really 100% sure what I should do here, if I should just send it out and have it machined. And to be honest, there's no good, really, and if hopefully we can find somebody will contact me after this and let me know of one, but machine shops. So I was like, Harbor Freight ain't let me down yet. So I ran up to Harbor Freight and got me a hone and stuck it in a drill and honed out the cylinders as best I could, checked them, made sure they was in specs. I ordered a set of standard pistons, threw in it, and hoped for the best. And honestly, I haven't really changed anything other than some gearing in it since then. It's still running good.
It's been pretty good and competitive here lately.
I tell you what, Harbor Freight, it's always coming in.
I know. I wish they'd sponsor us.
Yeah.
They ought to.
Yeah.
So, got a question.
At least a free Inside Track Club member.
Yeah.
I am Inside Track Club.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be silly.
He spends a lot of money there.
They ought to give it to you for free.
We'll see. So do you like the twin better than the 16?
I do. To be honest with you, if I'd have had things to do over with, I would have built her Sassy Barbie tractor as a twin instead of a 12. They're just easier to work on. They're way easier to work on.
I don't agree with that.
You don't? Oh my goodness, man. So technology came so far since those were built. You don't have all the shims and the checking all the tolerances.
Yes.
That whole motor, you got one shim in it,
Yeah.
Other than
I think it's because my dad's motor's sitting in a wide frame, and it just seems like everything that you got to do to that's a pain in the butt. And so I got a bad taste in my mouth. Plus, I've done so many of these single cylinders, I can pretty well do them with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
And his is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I get it. Maci, what do you do with your winnings when you go win all that money at these pulls?
My dad uses it off of the tractors.
What? So he takes your
He
winnings?
steals your winnings.
He's probably got to have gas money to get home after buying you that fancy motor.
That ain't no kidding. Yeah.
Well, so
I told you,
get back to Dad.
Yeah, all she's got to do is keep winning like that for about the next 300 years, and I should
It'll
break
be
even.
paid off. Yeah, that'd be good. All right. Well, we've got
$8 at a time.
a hypothetical question then. Macy,
All right.
you win a big old wad of money at a pull. Where are you taking Dad to eat after the pull?
Texas Roadhouse.
Really?
They need to sponsor us too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that's the same answer you got the
Yeah.
last time.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that was the same one we got from Jace.
What do you get at Texas Roadhouse, Macy?
Mini burger sliders.
Nice. What do you think of that cinnamon butter? For the
I
rolls.
like it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Who don't?
Harbor Freight and Texas Roadhouse need to sponsor.
Oh, my goodness.
I agree.
And Rural King.
Yeah.
And really,
Did you hear our last one? Whenever I said that we're sponsored by Rural King, if you go in there to the service
get free
desk
popcorn?
and yeah, we wonder if anyone's done that. If you've done that, comment on here.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So this is, we'll ask both of you. So Terry, how would you get new people into pulling?
I think bringing them and just letting them watch. And if they've got a kid or something, that's what, and honestly, that's going to be my plan for my smoking tractor now is, just let kids try it out.
Well, good.
If I have, I had a
Dylan
friend.
did that last weekend.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed that yellow tractor I've got, the Crud Cadet. That's what I've been doing with it, is just bringing it, and it's not for just anyone to jump on. If you're new, you can jump on it. And I think I've got a few kids hooked already the past few pulls.
Yep.
So
yep, that's it. At Anna, I've done the same thing. I had a friend of mine, little
it
boy.
makes me happy.
Yeah, I love it. His little boy kept coming over, and he's climbing on the tractor. He's 5, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna pull an Anna. And I loaded it up on the trailer. I actually had to put tires and everything on it and dig it out of the back of the shop. But went out there, he pulled it, and I'd say that maybe not this year, but I'm pretty confident next year he'll probably have him one out there.
Good deal. Yeah, I agree with you. I think just getting them there and getting them on them is a really good way to rope them into it. And then on the other side of it, too, the way I look at it is if you're, coming and borrowing my tractor that I like fooling with anyway, at least, it ain't getting in Dad's pocketbook just yet to find out that his kids don't like it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it can be, you can get in it. I mean, $1,200, I mean, is what you're going to take for a pretty basic turnkey tractor, and then it just sky's the limit from there. But yeah, just to find out if you like it or not, that's a fantastic way, which I don't know how you feel about it, but I know whenever you're watching them and, you're looking at 3 mile an hour down the track for usually your typical 12 horse. But whenever you're sitting on it, that 3 mile an hour feels like it's about 100. I know when I get on my twin, I feel like I'm going about 75 down the track. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Definitely. Whenever we first got into it, I kind of thought that I just wanted to get one and full of sands and just go, because I thought the only way I was going to have fun was having a stock altered or a nasty twin or something like that had some speed to it. And I hopped on hers once somewhere, and man, yeah, it's just a 12 horse, but I had an absolute blast doing that. I've run my dad's twin. I've run 12 horses. I've run my 16, and I like them all equally.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Macy, how would you get new people involved?
Probably just bringing them to the tractor pull and letting them pull my dad's tractor.
You pull mine.
Yeah.
But not yours.
Not mine.
Yeah. Any particular reason for dads?
The only reason because my dad's is because my tractor is too new.
So if they crash mine, it's okay.
You don't want to mess that one up.
Yeah. So, Macy, what is a goal that you would have with tractor pulling?
Probably winning over $160.
Winning over $160.
I think you've already done that at Williamson County.
Oh yeah, probably winning over
man.
$200.
Okay. Dad, what's the goal that you've got?
I'd say my goal is to have them all running and not have to work on them once I get them home. That's
Wow.
pretty nice. And that was one of my big pushes for just keeping everything stock. And because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to have a big 50 cube out there dragging down the track, but also I don't want to dedicate it. It's going to take a lot of the fun out of it if I'm working on it just to get it down the track. I just assume let it set all winter, go out there, bump the key and load it on a trailer and go to the testing tune for the year.
Yep. I get that. So that kind of leads to another question then. If money wasn't an option, you know, you won the lottery, pulled your retirement, however you come up with it, would you pick a mini rod, NQS stock altered 50 cube, or alcohol twin?
Oh, I'd start running the series with the mini rods. I think that's what I'd do.
Mini rod?
No, yeah. And I'm not so certain that I ain't going to have that level of mini rod, but I've been eyeballing them. I've been watching them pop up for sale.
I kind of asked you earlier what your best memory was with your Wild Thing 2.0, but what's your best tractor pulling memory? Like, in general, you know, you started when you were a kid.
I would say I've got two different answers for you. So whenever I was a kid, I remember going, and I was so young then that it's hard to pinpoint the exact location, but we went, me and my mom, my dad, and my brother, we loaded up the trailers. Dustin's mom, his dad, his brother, they loaded up their trailer, and we went somewhere up by St. Louis, and we pulled, stopped at the Bigfoot Museum, stayed at the Drury Hotel, and I remember that as a kid. That's one that sticks there with me as was a good time as a kid tractor pulling, going out and just venturing out and seeing all the other stuff that was out there pulling and doing it, making memories with friends and family and everything like that. And I think as far as my more recent one, it was probably the first time that I just put her on that smoking tractor down in Smithland and sent her down the track, you know, just sitting there watching. And, you know, my dad was there and he seen it. And, you know, my dad had originally built that smoking tractor for my brother, and he originally built my original Wild Thing for me. And just seeing him being able to watch, you know, what he used to watch his kids at that age pull it down the track. Now he's watching his granddaughter at that age pull it down the track.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Maci, what's your favorite pulling memory?
Probably when my friend, I didn't see it, but probably when my friend's little brother pulled. I didn't see it because I had to go to cheer practice, but I remember when that was probably my most recent one. And then our second one is
Your favorite memory.
Yeah. I know. That was one of my.
That was one of your favorites?
Uh-huh. And then my other one was when I got first sat down on my Sassy Barbie.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Is there anyone you like to beat? Like, when you go out there, are you competing against anyone and it's like fun to that, like, you want to beat that person when you pull?
No.
You just like beating them all?
Yeah.
How about you, Terry? Who's it feel extra good to beat?
Oh, anytime on mine, anytime that I outpull, usually Gene. That's usually a good one. I like to jazz Gene, and I like to jazz Dustin about it. So that's my favorite ones. And usually we're all right there. Honestly, we're right there neck and neck a lot of times. So it makes it fun.
When you're that neck and neck, that's when it feels best to beat them, I think.
And it's friendly too.
Oh, it was, yeah. So my
Yeah.
the last pool I went to was over at Egypt Mills over in Cape, and Macy's tractor was still broke. I hadn't got the parts in from when I busted the rear end out of it at Anna, so I had a spare set of Pro Cuts, and I've been telling Dustin, I'm like, you need to put these Pro Cuts on here, man. You need to try them out. So I'm like, hey, I got this. He's like, I gotta go to work. I ain't got time to put them on. I'm like, you bring this tractor by my house, leave it. I'm going to put them on. When you get off the next day, they'll be on there, and we'll be ready to go over to Cape. So the whole way to Cape, me and him, we're back and forth on who's going to beat who and this, that, and the other. When we get down to Cape, we pull, and we was about a foot from each other, and he beat me by a foot.
Heck yeah!
So
on his old Sears.
he got me by a foot on his Sears, and he hasn't went and got his Pro Cut yet, but they're coming.
Gave you yours back?
You know, now that you mention that, he still hasn't gave me mine back.
Seems
So
like he
now
got his.
I might need to go visit him.
So what would you think about running a point series? Is that, and like having a deal where maybe you could pay a fee at the beginning of the year to be able to be eligible for points, you run points, and then have a banquet at the end of the year?
Oh, 100%, I'd do it.
Awesome.
100%. I actually seen Mike there with the Stubber Buell. He had mentioned it a little bit, and I told him, I said, if you decide to do it, let me know. I mean, he travels, Kansas City. He gets pretty far off, but I mean, I'd go.
So that's interesting too, because I raced four-wheelers when when I was in high school, and I started off at just a local track there in Sykeston and Blodgett, Missouri, and I run the local track points, and that was some of the best memories I have, is running points and it being real competitive with some of my other buddies.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, we just had a banquet where we all got together, hung out, kind of did a little potluck thing, where everyone brought something. The track supplied the main, like the meat for the dinner, and everyone else kind of brought potato salad and sodas and stuff like that,
Oh, yeah.
And then we, of course, had trophies, and it was just a lot of fun to have a year-end deal and wind down, and everyone been jabbing each other all year, having a good time with it. But it was nice to not be worried about working on our equipment and just hanging out with your friends. Yeah. I think one year, I think we did it at the track, and I think we had a bonfire. And, man, that was a whole bunch of fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was a couple random races through the year. We did double points, and man, that really shook things up too.
I would imagine, yeah, and that would help out if a guy had something pop up. He missed a pull. He still got an opportunity to kind of gain his ground back a little bit too.
So
yeah.
We were able to drop our worst race whenever we did that. So if you had one where you broke or you couldn't come or you just had a crappy finish, you could just drop that one. Or you had to drop one no matter what. Like, even if you won first place every time, you had to drop one of them.
You had to drop one.
But that helped people, too. And like I said, I think points was a lot of fun when we did that. And we run the local track, and then after a couple of years of doing that, we run what was called the Midwest Dirt Track Series, and we went all around Missouri mainly, but we did some in Arkansas and a couple, I think, in Southern Illinois. But I think that's interesting you mentioned Mike, because that kind of reminds me of the same thing. If you follow Mike all around Missouri running that, then that would be kind of neat. And then, you could have your local track doing it too.
Oh, absolutely.
And then, I mean, really, you could even do a deal where whenever Mike comes over to pull with us, that could be one of the double points to try to draw more people to our club and to follow him too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We went and pulled with him in Lebanon, and, there wasn't that much of a turnout that I was expecting, but he put on. I mean, it was a really good. I mean, he had the track was set up good. I mean, there was concessions, and it was indoor. It was hot. It was hotter than fire outside, but it was indoor.
I went to his winter pool, and it was a lot of fun. It was really nice. It was cold. I think there's snow on the ground outside,
Yeah.
And but inside it was super nice there, and he had a bunch of people for that one.
Yeah.
And it was a good time.
Yeah, that was a learning curve for me. That was a pretty short track, and she was the first hook of the day, and I hooked her up, and she kept going and going, and I'm looking, I'm saying, that fence is getting closer and closer and closer, and that flag guy, he ain't throwing the flag, so I'm like, am I supposed to, like, is something wrong with the sled? You know what I mean? Or what do I need to do?
Dirt like at Louisville.
Oh, well, and finally the drowsers dropped, and as soon as they tripped, it was done by then. But I mean, I was like, oh my gosh! And I had finally just decided, if I have a video of it. You see, I'm getting ready to reach over and grab it, and then I immediately was just like, nope, I'm gonna let her hit the fence, I guess.
Yeah.
She's gonna drive through. She's gonna drive out in the horse pasture.
Nice. Well, is there anybody that you'd like to thank, Maci?
Probably my dad and Gene.
Gene's pretty cool. And Dustin.
And Jill.
And me. What the heck have I done?
Well, we got a lot of parts from him for Sassy Barbie, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, glad I can help you.
We got a let's see, we got Willie bars came from Dylan. Seat box and the push bar came from Dylan. Your front grill's got your name in it. He made that. Mm-hmm. He made your weight box and your weight bar and your belly bar and your under the transmission box. He made all that.
Well, good grief. I didn't realize there's so much of my stuff on there.
Well, you basically built it. I just painted it and put it together. You didn't know that?
Tractor by Dylan.
Yeah. What about you, Terry? Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Man, I'd like to thank probably my wife for pushing me into going and getting those things, even though she's probably regretting that decision at this point.
You're doing it with your daughter. You can't beat
Oh,
that.
yeah. No, she's all right with it. As long as I keep her fans going at the pool, she's good. Her, of course, if before I ever went and picked them up, I called and talked to Corey about it, Gene, Bracken, all them guys that keep that stuff going together, Miss Stacy, all those guys that do that. They get this for our 618 pool. I mean, there is a tremendous amount of work that goes into it. A lot of bickering and complaining that they have to sort through, I'm sure. It's a lot of work, and it's hard for some people to get involved. They got, kids, they're trying to run around, waiting up tractors and everything. And it's a lot of work. So I do want to thank those guys, the guys over at Egypt Mills, the guys down at Smithland. Mike, he always shows up and is always happy to entertain the kids, let them ride in the sled and everything else. So that's what makes it fun. Us all kind of getting out there and working together, and you do see people jumping in where they fit in, and helping out, even though they're really not a part of anything. Just try to help. So
I do think Stacy does not get enough credit.
I'll agree with that.
Because I've helped her a few times, and I haven't been there a lot this summer because we moved and got a new job and all that. But it's no joke trying to register people and then keep track of the distance, and then you have to calculate the winnings.
Then you got me coming up there at the end of every one of my classes. Hey, can I get a picture of the the runouts and all that? I feel terrible about it.
Yes,
she's like,
people
hang
all
on.
the time are doing that, or then like in the middle of a run or a middle of a pool want to come up there and sign up for something else, and she's like, hold on, like.
Yep.
God bless her.
Yep. It takes a lot of work for every one of these clubs. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that takes place just so we can show up, hook our tractors up, drag them down the track, load up, and go home.
whenever. That's the end of the day for us. It's not the end of the day for these guys running these clubs. It's definitely not.
Well, buddy, I think we're kind of winding down here. Yeah. I asked Jace on the last episode to kind of call out to somebody, more or less. I've got some people that we're working on that aren't from our area to join in. We actually had someone that was going to be a real big one for us, but he wasn't feeling good this evening. But anyway, throw out somebody to call out that you would like to have us to have on the podcast.
Well, I think I'd say Dustin. Let's get him on here. Let's let him tell us about. Maybe we can wiggle that seer secret out of him.
Okay. I've actually got him jotted down, and I think we will reach out to him at some point because, I mean, him and one other guy is the only ones running anything real oddball that I can think of, and I just want to see why. Yeah.
Hey, Dustin's got a good story behind his. He does. So
well, good.
I'd like for him to be able to tell it. It'd be good.
Okay. We'll definitely do that. Do you guys have any questions for us or anything for us at all?
You got anything for him?
No, but someone I do want to have on the podcast is probably, if this person hasn't done it yet, probably Gene.
Oh, you want to have Gene on there?
Oh, we're going to have Gene on here.
I'll tell you what, just a little sneak peek. He surprised me. I asked him about it the other day, and he seemed like he was really wanting to do it. So I'm really excited about Gene, too. I know he's got some stories.
You think Gene's got a lot of knowledge to share out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I hope he's listening because you called him out on that. And I hope he does do it.
Her and Gene used to bet ice cream, didn't you? When Gene had his 12 horse.
Yeah.
Those are always the fun ones.
Oh, yeah. He's had to pay up a couple times.
And I know he did.
He did. Absolutely, he did.
All right, guys. Well, it's past my bedtime, so I'm going to get off here.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you having us on.
Yep. Thank you guys for being on. Thanks for talking with us. Maci, good luck. Terry?
Yep. Thank you.
Good luck to you too, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. You guys have a good one.